Good evening. My name is Mary Kay Mahoney, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony for the Melrose High School Class of 2020. Graduation may not have taken the usual route for the Class of 2020, but today we are here. Our final plays, sports, and senior activities may have been taken from us, but today we are here. Our last days of school may have been at home instead of in the classroom, but today we are here. Today is our day of success, and today we are here. Time can be interesting. Minutes can slowly drip by while years rush past like a waterfall. School can seem like an endless tunnel, but all too soon, we are here at our graduation ceremony. As young children, we used to loudly and proudly proclaim our dreams for the future, whether those dreams were to become athletes, doctors, scientists, or even president. As we graduate from Melrose High School today, it is not the time to let our dreams disappear and become nothing more than whispers on the wind. We must continue to state our dreams out loud, chase our dreams over mountains and across oceans, and continue to work hard until we come face to face with our dreams and capture them. Throughout the past 18 years, we've gone from crawling to walking, training wheels to car keys, and young children to mature adults. And there have been many lessons learned along the way. For example, when we were young children, our parents taught us how to tie our shoes. It was a lesson that frustrated us at first, but eventually we learned how to form loops and tie knots. Think about what a simple act such as tying our shoes allows us to do. Without being able to tie our shoes, we'd constantly struggle to move forward, always tripping and falling. Sometimes it's these simplest acts in our lives that can be the most important lessons learned in our lives. It is the people here in Melrose who have taught us many of these great lessons. We are fortunate as we have been afforded the opportunity to grow up in Melrose, a city with caring adults who have built a solid foundation on which we can build wonderful lives. We have had capable coaches, talented teachers, and most importantly, proud parents who have supported us in both our successes and failures. Graduation day is a day of dreams realized not only by ourselves, but by our parents as well. From the moment we were born, through our first steps, our first words, our first day of school, our parents had a dream. It was their dream for their children to walk across this very stage of success and receive their Melrose High School diplomas. There aren't enough words in the dictionary, acts from our hands, or wishes from our hearts that can thank our parents for the love and sacrifices that they have made for us throughout our lives. Today is their day as well as ours, and today they are here. We have been taught the needed lessons and been afforded the opportunities to become wonderful people who can change our city, change our state, change our country, and change our world. We do not have to settle for the status quo, accept mediocrity, and we do not have to accept what we believe is wrong. There must be change in our world, and as graduates of Melrose High School Class of 2020, we must help create that change. Together, the Class of 2020 can lead the world into a time when men, women, boys, and girls, all races and religions have equal voices. Change starts at home, and our home is Melrose. It is now our turn to be leaders. And as we grow older and have families of our own, we can leave a positive and lasting change here in Melrose. The power of the Class of 2020 can change pessimism into optimism, apathy into aspiration, and despair into dreams. We must never give in and never give up until all our goals are met, all our dreams are achieved, and we leave our city, state, country, and world a better place. People say that the Class of 2020 has had bad breaks and a dismal ending. But this is not our ending. We are graduating under special circumstances that make us a unique group of people who share a bond that will never be broken. For those of you who say that this is a sad ending, you are wrong for the simple fact that we are here. As we stand on Fred Green Field today, let the world hear our voices and let the world know our names. Let the world know that as a group known as the Melrose High School Class of 2020, we are here. Once again, thank you to all of the people who have helped us reach this special day of accomplishment. Goodbye and good luck to my fellow classmates. Be healthy, be strong, and most importantly, be Melrose. It was an honor to be a part of the Melrose High School Class of 2020. Thank you. I would now like to introduce the MC of our graduation ceremony, Marie Marr.
Thank you, Mary Kate. Good evening, Melrose. I'm Marie Marr. On behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and administration, we would like to welcome you to the graduation of Melrose High's Class of 2020. Now please rise for the singing of our national anthem sung by the talented Lena Torres. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, Lena. Welcome everyone to Melrose High's Class of 2020's long-awaited graduation ceremony. If you couldn't tell from behind my mask, I previously mentioned my name is Marie Marr, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies tonight. I think I speak on behalf of the class when I say we are very grateful to be here today. I would like to remind all the guests, students, and staff to please wear your mask at all times and to be sure to practice physical distancing. I would also like to recognize and thank our teachers, administrators, families, elected officials, members of the school committee, as well as Ms. White Lambright, our Assistant Superintendent, Ms. DiLorenzo Secor, our Director of Finance, and Dr. Kugenberger, our new Superintendent. I can't forget about the amazing students. Let's have a big round of applause for the Class of 2020. These graduates have worked hard in countless hours on many sleepless nights to be able where they sit today. On behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you for being here tonight. Now, I would like to welcome to stage our Superintendent of Schools, who has recently retired from MPS after an incredible career of education, Miss Cyndy Taymore, for being here today.
Calls. Good evening, graduates, faculty, school committee, and city council members, Mr. Mayor, and our honored guests. Thank you, Dr. Kuchenberger and Mr. Merrill, for inviting me back so I can address my last class at Melrose High School, the class of 2020. Of all the graduate speeches I have given, this has been the most difficult to write. What do I say to you, the graduates who were denied the best part of your senior year in the culminating activities of 13 years? What do I say to your family and friends who were denied the excitement and memories associated with the prom, the yearbook signing, the family celebrations? I know the frustration, sadness, and anxiety that many have experienced as all our lives have come to a halt. Then I realized, as always, our students had provided me with the answer. When Mr. Merrill asked you, via virtual meetings, if you could do only one graduation event, you chose this: the ceremony that marks the closure of your Melrose career and the transition to the next stage of your education and growth. It was important to you to be on this field with your classmates, family, and teachers. It was important to you to acknowledge and honor the relationships that have made this day possible. At this time, none of us know what the future will look like. We all recognize that we are at a historical junction in our country and the world. All our assumptions, preconceived notions, assured expectations have been shattered. The pandemic, the social upheaval, the national reckoning with our country's systemic racism and inequality have disrupted our lives and the status quo as no other event in recent history. I understand that for young people just beginning their future, the current situation is both disappointing and unsettling. I would ask you to reframe your point of view. Throughout history, social upheaval and disruption have also been empowering. They have provided the catalyst for change and growth, both personally and collectively. Instead of focusing on what has been lost, focus on the opportunities that will come with the challenges that we are facing. We have handed your generation a formidable task, but everyone in this stadium believes in you. This is your time, your opportunity to build the future you envision and we hope for. But to do that, you will need to join with many others, people from different backgrounds, different ages, and different perspectives. You will need to continue to build relationships with both old friends and new people. You will need to continue to respect and value the people you know and those you will meet. You will need to truly listen to other people's stories and to honor and learn from their experiences. It is through our acknowledged and shared humanity, through our combined power, that we can make a difference. As you move on from Melrose, consider the words of the late John Lewis in his final essay in the New York Times. Set aside race, class, age, language, and nationality to demand respect for human dignity. Do your part to build the beloved community, a nation and world society at peace with itself. Or, as we are fond of saying at Melrose High School, do the right thing. I have every faith that you will, the class of 2020. Thank you, and I will miss you.
I'd just like to say thank you to Ms. Taymore for all her work that she's done for both our staff and our students in Melrose, and award her with her official class of 2020 diploma.
and on behalf of a grateful school committee and school community, a varsity letter.
And finally, presented to Superintendent of Schools Cyndy Taymore, in grateful recognition of your dedication to the students of Melrose and your leadership of the Melrose Public Schools. For the first time in the history of the city, a non-Melrosian, and the first time we've given an educator a key to the city.
Thank you, Mrs. Taymore. I would now like to introduce one of the core members of our student government. Our amazing student government has coordinated endless memorable fundraisers and events for our class. This group worked tirelessly early in the mornings to plan our dances, Spirit Week, prom, and much more. My fellow classmate and great friend I'm about to introduce is one of the most funny, caring, and hardworking people I know. She puts her passion and drive into all she does, especially when it comes to the class of 2020. Please help me in welcoming to the stage our fabulous class president, Alana Fahey.
Thank you, Marie. Friends and family, faculty and staff, and most especially my fellow classmates, welcome once again to the Class of 2020 commencement. Before I begin, on behalf of the entire graduating class, I would like to thank the administration, city staff, and MHS TV for helping to make this event possible. As I tried to put into words all that my time in Melrose has meant to me, a quote from A.A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh kept coming to mind. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. When I reflect on my time at MHS, I feel immense gratitude, and despite my excitement for the future, I find myself nostalgic when I think about leaving. What exactly is it that I will miss so much? The lack of natural light in most classrooms, the back pain from those stools in the science department, the 10:45 a.m. start to lunch? No, it's just the people. The people with us today are the people we have grown up with, the people who helped us define and gave true meaning to the word friendship, the people who made this place feel like a second home. These people have been there for every defining moment in our lives so far. They're the ones who helped us survive the last leg of the middle school dances, endless standardized testing, and the Common App. We can't imagine saying goodbye to them, our classmates, our closest friends, our family. I think we can all agree, though, that when we walk off of this field tonight, we will carry with us much, much more than our diplomas. We will bring countless memories, passions, and ambitions, and the love that we have for each other, for our people. Whether you've been here since the days of ice cream socials and field days, or just joined us this year, we have all been touched by the class of 2020's mutual love for each other. This love was apparent not only in the stands at championship football games, in the auditorium after spring musicals, or in the bleachers during events at the pep rally. It was also discernible in the LC when we would gather together before school started, and in the halls when we waved to each other between classes. This love has left an indelible mark on each of our hearts that will stay with us forever. We will also leave today having gained many talents and developed new abilities. For example, we can write papers on books that we didn't quite finish and submit them by the elusive 11:59 p.m. deadline. Far beyond this important skill, we learned how to lift each other up, how to keep each other well, and how to make a positive difference in the lives of others. I recall one day as I was talking with Mr. Noon about insulin prices and rising healthcare costs, how I felt sort of despondent and powerless. Mr. Noon looked at me and he said, "I'm not worried because people like you are going to go out and change it." The truth is, we are leaving high school during a pretty scary time, a time when many people have lost hope, when the challenges people face seem so daunting and the solutions to those problems seem so out of reach. But I, like Mr. Noon, am not worried, because I'm standing in front of a group of people who taught me what kindness looks like, who epitomize generosity, whose compassion and dedication will change the world. There is no doubt in my mind that as we move forward and draw upon the integrity and the character that we built here, we will make the world a more just and equitable place. Although we soon have to say goodbye, there is a deep bond that connects us here to this community we have all helped to shape, and it is safe to say that this connection will remain with us even after we go our separate ways. For that, we are incredibly lucky. So, dear class of 2020, thank you from the very bottom of my heart for making these years such lovely ones. I could not be more proud, honored, or grateful to be a part of this remarkable class. You all mean more to me than I could possibly say, and to have been here with you is truly something I will never forget. Thank you, congratulations, I wish you all the very, very best.
Thank you, Alana, both for those words and the past 4 years. Next up, I would like to introduce to the stage the chair of the school committee representative, Mr. Ed O'Connell.
Good evening, all. On behalf of my colleagues, I bring the greetings and salutations of the Melrose School Committee. To our parents and caregivers, we offer our sincere thanks for your sharing of and caring for these remarkable students now before us. To our faculty and staff, we offer our deep appreciation for your work in instructing, guiding, and when necessary, cajoling these students through their high school years. And to the class of 2020, we offer our admiration, our respect, and our hope. We truly admire the work you've each put in to get yourself to this special moment in your lives. We respect both your accomplishment in graduating tonight and your fortitude and perseverance over the course of a decidedly problematic last few months. Through it all, with your patience and your grace, you set an example worth noting and worth following. And finally, you have our hope for the future. You are, in fact, the personification of our hope for the future of our community, our country, and our world. For the hard-earned privilege and honor of graduation brings with it the responsibility of carrying forward the ideals of a school community newly recommitted to equity, diversity, and inclusion, newly recommitted to the cares and concerns of all of our fellow human beings, newly recommitted to a more just social compact which gives new meaning and currency to the notion of liberty and equality for all. It is indeed our fervent hope that you will employ your skills and opportunities to not only make a good life for yourself, but to make a positive difference in the lives of others. and that in doing so, you will make us as proud of you in the future as we are so very proud of you this evening. For now, as you each set forth on this auspicious occasion, we wish you Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Connor. Our next speaker is someone I'm sure we have all heard of. She's truly passionate about all her crafts, whether it is in the orchestra playing violin, on the courts dominating opponents in tennis, or early mornings leading NHS meetings. I'm sure we can all agree Amber Chow is extremely charismatic, intelligent, and incredibly hardworking. That's why I'm proud to announce her today as the Class of 2020 Valedictorian. Please welcome Amber Chow for the valedictory address.
Thank you, Marie. Hi, everyone. I am deeply honored to be here today to celebrate the class of 2020 and to give thanks to our teachers, administrators, staff, and families. Thank you to student government and to our class advisors, Mr. Malley and Mr. Kiosian, for everything they have organized for our class. Thank you to our teachers who have worked hard to adjust to remote learning during the school closure and who are always there for their students. Thank you to Superintendent Taymore, Mr. Merrill, Ms. Berman, and Mr. Corrigan for everything they do, and to everyone who worked hard to make this in-person graduation possible. And finally, to all the families and friends here today, either in person or virtually, thank you for all your support. The class of 2020 will definitely be a memorable class for years to come, and not just because we are graduating during a global pandemic. The MHS class of 2020 is a group of extremely hardworking students, dedicated athletes, talented musicians, artists, and actors, and I am grateful to be graduating among such a group of amazing people. High school has been full of both academic and personal challenges for us, especially senior year, when we all had to decide what we wanted to do with our lives after graduating. Throughout high school, we worked tirelessly and studied tremendously hard for what seemed like the most difficult exams. We made countless unforgettable memories with our classmates in the classroom, with our teammates on the field, and with our friends outside of school. Many of us continued to learn remotely for the fourth quarter and took AP exams at home for the first time ever. Despite the challenges that seemed to loom over us at the beginning of senior year and the inevitability of suffering from senioritis, we have now reached the end of a chapter in our lives, ready and eager to begin a new one. We have overcome challenges to become a better version of ourselves throughout high school, and now is not the time to stop. In a world filled with hate, discrimination, and anger, we must rise above that and counter it with love, acceptance, and kindness. Especially during these uncertain times, we must remember to spread love and positivity. I have witnessed what the class of 2020 is capable of, and we are capable of so much. I have seen the compassion, selflessness, and leadership that each one of us possesses, such as the efforts of the MAV Student Action Board, the Environmental Club, the Youth Action Team, the National Honor Society, and so much more. I have no doubt that the MHS class of 2020 will continue to spread compassion to others, confront and overcome challenges, and positively impact others in our futures after high school. It is truly difficult for me to wrap my head around the fact that I will no longer enter the front doors of MHS every day, walk beside other students in the bustling hallways, or fight to squeeze through the tiny entrance to the third floor English hallway. Who would have known that our last day at MHS would be March 13th, which happened to be senior skip day? Needless to say, I think the class of 2020 wins for the longest record of senior skip days ever. Who knew that the 2-week school closure would turn into a month and ultimately the rest of the school year? After it was announced that school would be closed for the rest of the year, I continued to wonder to myself, if I had known that Thursday, March 12th, was my last day at Melrose High School, what would I have done differently? Would I have appreciated my teachers and classmates more? Would I have dressed differently? Would I have embraced the oddly shaped classrooms more? Despite the unexpected end to our senior year of high school, we must take what we have learned in the classroom and after-school activities and apply them to the real world now. Whether we are going off to college, the workforce, the military, or taking a gap year, we will always cherish the memories we have created at Melrose High School and use the lessons we have learned to better ourselves and the people around us. We cannot dwell on what could have been the end of our senior year. We have to keep looking forward, appreciate our present reality, embrace and enjoy every moment we have with one another, with strangers, with friends, with teachers, with classmates, and with family. Life often passes by too quickly for us to stop and live in the moment. For many students, myself included, school often felt like a chore. We wake up wishing for just a few more minutes of sleep, hit the snooze button more than a few times, enter school dreading that math test, and gather around the classroom door at the end of the day for the bell to ring at 2:41 p.m. Before we know it, the school year flies by in this daily routine. The school closures this year made me realize that I took many of my high school days for granted, and that we never truly appreciate what we have until it's gone. Although we did not get to celebrate the end of our senior year with traditions such as Senior Week, our last spring sports season, our last drama production, or our last band, chorus, or orchestra concerts, we will not forget the memories we have made at Melrose High School, whether it's hanging out with friends in the LC, staying up late to study for that physics test, or cheering our class on at the pep rally. It is these small, seemingly insignificant moments that we have to appreciate, or else each day will pass by too quickly if we don't take the time to stop and live in the moment. This lesson is captured in a quote from a movie that features a cartoon panda. "You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There is a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present," as said by Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. Keep spreading love and compassion, but remember to stay 6 feet apart, stay true to yourself, and make the most of every moment. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2020. We made it.
Thank you, Amber. Now I'd like to introduce another familiar face to the Melrose community. This student was always active in sports. You may recognize him as one of the friendly faces from the football and track teams. He is a determined student, an incredible teammate, and an overall exuberant person. Please join me in welcoming Ryan McClintock to the stage for the senior message.
For those that don't know me, I'm Ryan McClintock. Just kidding. I'm pretty sure most everybody knows me. I want to smile and wave. I know, Alex. Don't worry about it. We'll be all fine. We'll figure some time out to get together. So here we are a couple months later than we thought, but we're here. These 4 years at Merrill's High School have been a journey for all of us. The journey has looked different for each of us. Some of us knew exactly what we wanted from the beginning. Some of us found what we wanted as we went along. Some of us are still exploring, but know how to do that because of what we learned here. We thank our parents, families, teachers, the MHS staff coaches, and instructors. We've learned so much during our time here. We learned from our teachers, but we've also really learned from each other. When I was younger, my parents and teachers realized that how I learn is different from how other kids learn. I had challenges that most other kids didn't have, but my parents always had high expectations for me. They worked hard to be sure. Everyone else did too. Keep the bar high is what they said to everyone that met me, worked with me, and taught me. working all the time to find what I needed and what worked best to help me learn and grow and succeed. As I was growing up, there were some who thought I should be in a separate school instead of going to school and learning with everyone else in our community here today with all of us together. I think we show that we all belong here, that being in it together makes us all achieve and makes us all successful. Our time at MHS has taught us to be the best people we can be. We expect a lot of ourselves. We expect a lot of each other. We've learned what it means for everyone to be part of the community. We've learned that everyone brings value. We've learned that everyone has something to contribute. And we've learned that everything is possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Next to the podium, I would like to introduce our amazing assistant principals, Mr. Brian Corrigan and Miss Carrie Berman, to recognize our honor scholars and scholastic achievers.
All right, here we go. First off, I'd like to congratulate Sandy Yu on having perfect attendance throughout her career in Melrose Public Schools. Next, I'd like to acknowledge the Scholastic Achievers. The top 10 students with the highest four-year grade point average will be recognized in alphabetical order and will be wearing platinum tassels. As your name is read, please stand and remain standing. We also ask that you hold your applause until all students' names are read. Claire Albuja, Amber Chow, Molly Kaur, Sophia Gugelberger, Todd Minyaka, Lydia Melrose, Selah Russell, Elizabeth Schwarzy, Lydia Steger Wilson, Cyndy Zhu. Congratulations to our Scholastic Achievers. Please be seated.
Good evening. In recognition of outstanding scholarship, gold tassels are worn by those graduates who have attained honor roll status 6 out of 8 possible times during their 11th and 12th grades in high school. Excellence is achieved by students who earned A's in every subject. As your name is read, please stand and remain standing. Hunter Adrian, Claire Albuja, Daniel Camilio, George Chan, Amber Chow, Clara Martin, Anna Masai Souza, Todd Minyaka, Lydia Melrose, Ashley Palmer, Matthew Roberts, Selah Russell, and Lydia Steger Wilson. Congratulations to our students for achieving excellence. Please be seated.
Sorry, we're going back and forth. We're keeping separate microphones for everyone's safety. Is achieved by students who earned A's in every subject with the exception of one B. As your name is read, please stand and remain standing. Maisie Anderson, Adam Barletta, Joseph Barrasso, Keelan Boisvert, Caitlin Chan, Madison Coletti, Molly Kaur, Alana Fahey, Sophia Gugelberger, Ethan Pizzini, Benjamin Pfeiffer, Caitlin Regan, Samantha Santoro, Elizabeth Schwarzy, Evan Vogan, Michelle Wong, Sani Yu, Cyndy Zhu, Zachary Zabatis. Congratulations to our high honor graduates. Please be seated.
Honors is achieved by students who earn B's or any combination of A's and B's in any subject. As your name is read, please stand and remain standing. Nicole Abbott, Aeneas Abrego, Colin Bailey, Michael Barrasso, Megan Boudet, Catherine Banat, Olivia Boomhauer, Brooke Borstel, Courtney Borstel, Emma Bradley, Sophie Brennan, Victor Bruche, Samantha Chavette, Alexandra Coutuno, Christiana Chichek, Christopher Cusalito, Grace Davis, Serena Dabari, Julia Diebel, Charles DeMeo, Nathaniel Dow, Redwan Driff, Rebecca Dumont, William Durant, Alicia Edgerton, Waleed Elsweezy, Jenna Fracasso, Dagny Frankenthaler, James Frederick, Serena Fusco, Jessie Gardner, Sabrina Gardner, Taylor Giles, Jessica Glynn, Rebecca Homburg, Johanna Hamilton, William Hancock, Oliver Hannon, Jave Harrington, Taylor Heidebrecht, Regan Hickey, Alvin Holder III, Emily Holleran, Tyler Jansen, Nellie Jordeau, Abigail Keefe, Caitlin Keegan, Chloe Keegan, Naya Kovacev, Ella Kragowski, Catherine Lawrence, Angie Lazar, Natalie Lemus, Cole Lepler, Steve Liu, Giovanni Loiacchino, Emma Lynch Galvin, Sarah McGuire, Brendan Marr, Marie Marr, Liam McCall, Shannon McCarty, Julianne McHugh, Bridget McGonigal, Brandon McSorley, Jovan Meadows, Melaine Musqueta, Colby Moss, Olivia Mullaney, Gabriela Munez Gonzalez, Emma Monroe, Sydney Norris, Nicole Zui, Nathan O'Gara, Owen Parenti, Stephanie Perez Baltadano, Emma Randolph, Lillian Riley, Jazmyn Riley, Roberto Rodriguez Paz, Cam Rosnoff, Olivia Scarpa, David Sherrick, Kira Smith, Caitlin Smith, Grace Solomon, Emily Starrick, Lillian Sullivan, Maggie Sullivan, Janice Tang, Maeve Tarpey, Catherine Thimble, Jenna Thorpe, Erin Torpey, Catherine Tully, Eleanor Van Etten, Thomas Walton, Audrey Weaver, Robert Wiesen, Kylie Wilworth, Abigail Winey, and Ethan Witkowski. Congratulations to all of our honors graduates. Please be seated.
We would also like to recognize the following students who are graduating with the College Board's AP Capstone Diploma. Please stand when your name is read. Victoria Ackerman, Shane Buckley Fennell, Dagny Frankenthaler, Piper Frankenthaler, James Frederick, Sabrina Gardner, Sophia Gugelberger, Emma Lynch Galvin, Liam McCall, Todd Minyaka, Olivia Mullaney, Caitlin Regan, Lillian Riley, Sayla Russell, David Sharrick, Lydia Steger Wilson, Lillian Sullivan, Lena Torres, and Cyndy Zhu. You now may be seated. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Corrigan and Ms. Berman, and congratulations to all our honor scholars and Scholastic achievers. Next, I would like to introduce Jazmyn Riley, representing our METCO program. Not quite sure how they did it, but Jazmyn and the rest of the students in the METCO program have gotten up very early and got home very late for the past 13 years. She is a radiant person with a vibrant personality. Please help me in welcoming to the stage Jazmyn Riley for the METCO address.
First off, I would like to congratulate and thank my fellow peers for completing such a long and industrious journey with me. I've been able to connect with so many of you, and regardless of whether it may have been in a classroom, the hallways, or even through an extracurricular activity, I'm grateful for the lessons you all have taught me and the moments we have shared. For some of you, graduating means receiving your diploma and moving on to the next thing life has in store for you. For many others, graduation is just the next step to further your education. You're headed to a university, community college, or training to serve our country. Or in other words, you are off to tackle the daunting tasks that will prepare you for your future dreams and careers. Our forthcomings may vary, but here and now we all share one common contrivance, and that is the 13 years we have all worked hard and persevered to reach this moment right here. So let's celebrate. Let's celebrate each other. Let us celebrate ourselves. Let us celebrate our successes and the many more to come. Now, the Metropolitan Council for Educational Opportunity, aka the METCO program, has for many years and continues to provide urban minority students such as myself the opportunity to attend public schools in residential communities. The organization maintains a platform that assists youth from surrounding neighborhoods in Boston in attaining a strong education with a foundation rich in cultural, educational, and racial diversity. The goal of such a scheme is to develop a deeper understanding of one another in an integrated school setting, and speaking for myself and fellow METCO peers, I can say that such has been achieved. Since the day I have been enrolled in Melrose educational system, I've never doubted that this is the place where I wanted to partake in new experience and create everlasting memories. The challenges I have endured throughout my time at MHS have allowed me to build my knowledge, discover my capabilities, and craft my character. Despite my struggles and losses, I have watched myself tackle obstacles and outgrow the young mindset of one who is inexperienced and lacks knowledge. I am now walking down a path of success and competent womanhood, and would not be here today without the opportunities the METCO program has provided for me or the guidance I have received from the Melrose High faculty and staff. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's always hard to say goodbye, but this is definitely one of my hardest. To depart from my best friends since the beginning, Amaria, Steven, Michaela, Oseli, and Tazire. I love you guys so much and wish nothing but the best. But the departure from one specific individual deeply saddens me. She has made my experience at MHS complete and fulfilling. Despite our past differences, she never gave up on me and has always pushed me to better myself as a student, daughter, sibling, and community member. Along with helping me discover my passion and talent with the paintbrush, she created a safe space for me at MHS, and over these past 4 years, we have become inseparable. To Miss Melito, I, along with many others, am beyond grateful for your presence and advisory, not only as a teacher, but as a mentor and a friend. You will truly be missed. In fact, I will miss everything about Melrose High School. The breakfast runs to Dunkin' Donuts after a strenuous early morning that consisted of waking up at 5 a.m. and taking the hour-long bus ride to get here. The early morning meetups and study sessions before the first period. 3 years of perfeccionador mi español. Thank you, Mr. Maui. Bullying Mr. McLaughlin during gym class has also been the highlight of my career, jokingly, of course. And shout out to my basketball girls as well, even though my career was cut slightly short. These are just few of the many positive experiences that have filled my high school years with joy and excitement. If I shared them all, we'd be here all night. But to end things off right, here at Melrose High School, the METCO program has allowed me to turn my endeavors into my triumphs, my mistakes into life lessons, and my potential into successes. I will take this and apply it to my near coming future, which will start this fall at Johnson & Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island. I'll be pursuing a major in biology and health sciences on a pre-med track with the goal to develop a career in dermatology. I'll continue to dedicate my services to my community, as that has become a major and important part of me. Once again, I'd like to congratulate everyone on such an achievement. I wish everyone nothing but the best in life, and just know that this class right here will always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you for everything. Farewell, Melrose High School's class of 2020.
Thank you, Jazmyn. Next up is our principal, Mr. Merrill. In my time at Melrose High School, Mr. Merrill has taken on a position of a great inspirator, a friendly face, highlighting the virtues of outstanding high schoolers, and being a fair and encouraging administrator. He's gone to great lengths to make everyone feel welcome at MHS. And to the great extent I mean, he plastered a giant pineapple, which is our welcome symbol, that's honestly over about 20 feet tall, right in the middle of our lobby. And even when we weren't in the building, he checked in on us with weekly meetings, He gave us our beloved rolling rally, and he ensured us a real graduation. That is why I'm proud to introduce Mr. Merrill for the principal's address.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jason Merrill, the proud principal at Melrose High School, and it has been my honor to be your principal for the past 4 years. I truly believe that collectively you have become one of the greatest classes in our school's history. It has been an incredible journey with a very challenging but unforgettable ending. For the rest of us here, let's just imagine for a minute being 17 or 18 and having the spring of senior year taken away from you. Internships, sports, plays, senior week, prom, the little but precious moments in the hallways with your classmates. But maybe there's a silver lining to it all. Maybe as a society, we've started to take things for granted and have all begun to take advantage of our world and are having trouble showing and feeling respect and appreciation for all of its people. We have learned to balance a half dozen social media apps, but forgot how to engage in a conversation at times. We like things everywhere, but don't always know what's going on in our own backyard. We are quick to judge and blame others, but don't listen enough and know how to forgive. We always need more, bigger, better, and faster. We've become wasteful and want everything. We work too much and enjoy each other less. But maybe there was a silver lining to staying home this past spring. As we hunkered down in our homes, maybe we learned to talk to our families again and share with them our dreams and challenges. Maybe we learn to appreciate what we already have and understand the value in the things around us. Maybe we learn how to create a meal out of little and understand the importance of food and where it comes from. Maybe we walked across the street to check on a neighbor or a friend or make that long overdue phone call. Maybe we remembered to say thank you and appreciate the small stuff, and that the small stuff is actually the big stuff. Maybe we learned to appreciate our friendships. Maybe we slowed things down and noticed the grass turn green or the trees flower. Maybe we learned how to cook and clean or find joy in reading and writing. We miss some big events, but maybe we now appreciate a walk in the woods. And just maybe our world is actually trying to heal in a lot of ways right now. You have learned to appreciate our first responders. You have learned the importance of people who work in grocery stores and pharmacies and other folks we never thought were so essential to our survival. You have learned that our heroes don't work at Fenway Park and Gillette Stadium, but rather at Melrose Wakefield and Mass General. I think we all found an appreciation for coming to school and seeing our teachers every day. Yes, the school year was different, but what if you're better for it? You are more adaptable and appreciate things more. You take your time and understand how fragile life is and how important your relationships are. I think that you are at the perfect age to experience some of these lessons in perseverance, patience, adaptability, and appreciation. And just maybe what was created was the next generation of citizens and leaders that will solve the problems we face today, including inequality and systemic racism. In 20 years, we will look back and say that this is the generation of kids who endured the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. Never in our history have school buildings closed to this degree. The class of 2020 are the leaders and elders of this group of students that persevered through it and ultimately helped to lead our own community through this challenging chapter in our lives. To our teachers, thank you. Being an educator is the hardest job in the world, and this year was made even harder. Often asked to do more with less and solve problems that few are willing to tackle, you adapted to a new way of teaching and learning while being on the front lines of keeping children well and engaged during this challenging time. You will return to school as better teachers because of it. It takes a village, and included in ours is every adult that works in that building, including support staff, paraprofessionals, admin assistants, and many, many more. I am forever indebted to you for your efforts and admire you as educators. Thank you. We have 3 dedicated and outstanding educators retiring this year: Judy Blewett, Janine Hassett, and Susan McBride. Congratulations and thank you for your service to Melrose High School. For those of you who will go on to serve our country, I want to say thank you in advance for making our freedoms possible. Some closing thoughts for our seniors. You will all have the opportunity to make a difference in our world, be an agent for change, help a neighbor, and listen to those who have not been heard and amplify their voices. Take advantage of these moments. Mackay Dunton said it perfectly this past year at the 9th grade orientation. When addressing the freshmen, he said, "Don't be the person who brings people down. Be the person who raises people up." It's okay to rely on people. It's okay to ask for help. And people will make mistakes. It's okay to forgive them. And remember, people can change. Live life like everyone is watching you. Remember that someone is always looking up to you. Remember that you all have roots here at Melrose, and you can always come home to Melrose High School. Don't ever forget where you came from. Be a good friend, be a good partner, be a good son or daughter, and if you have the chance, be a great mom or dad. Be a good neighbor, and remember to help your neighbors grow good corn. Be different, take a risk, stand out, and stand for something. Be slow to judge and quick to listen. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Say thank you. Appreciate those people around you. Have courage, be brave, work hard, and be kind. Keep each other well. And I hope that someday you all get the chance to feel the way that I do right now. Good luck. I love you all. Congratulations, and thank you. Go Melrose.
Thank you, Mr. Merrill, for those inspiring words. I genuinely mean it when I say you are undoubtedly the best principal ever. Next, we will have the farewell address given by Jenna Thorpe. Jenna is an undeniably bubbly human being with such an outgoing personality. She's an outstanding athlete as well as a devoted community member. Now please welcome Jenna to the stage for our farewell address. Ooh.
Thank you, Marie. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to say that I'm very honored to have been given the opportunity to present the farewell speech for the class of 2020. Before I present my speech, I would like to recognize some very important people that have helped us all get here today. To the 3 constants in our lives over the past 4 years, Mr. Merrill, Mr. Corrigan, and Mrs. Berman. To the teachers who have inspired, supported, and guided us. To the coaches who have challenged us, and to the administration and facilities who have provided Melrose High School our second home for the past 4 years. But of course, all of us would never be who we are without the love and support from our families. You have all helped shape us into the people you see today, and I can say in total confidence that without your support, we wouldn't have been as strong through this journey. To my fellow classmates of 2020, I know this wasn't the storybook senior year we were all dreaming of, but instead of focusing on what we missed, let's focus on what we have accomplished. Most of us have been together through elementary, middle, and high school. When I look back on the past years I've spent here in Melrose, there have been countless memories made, hardships experienced, and friendships formed. As I share these thoughts with you, I ask you all to sit back, close your eyes, and picture yourself walking in these doors at Melrose High your very first day of freshman year. Who were you that day? What did you hope for out of high school? What were you looking to gain, and who did you see yourself graduating as? Some of you, like myself, may barely remember this moment or feel like decades have passed and memories have already faded. But think, from our freshman year pep rally, to being sophomore year Super Bowl champs, to junior year prom, and our senior year pandemic. I don't believe any of us anticipated the impact this pandemic has had on us. Some of us lost our senior sports seasons, our chances to be captains and team leaders. Others lost their final chances to compete for clubs that we've given our all to for the last 4 years. While a number of us lost the final opportunity to perform an drama or display their artwork, but all of us lost the closure of our senior year. I would like to focus on the last few months, starting with our last day of senior year together, March 12th. The last few months consisted of online classes, daily FaceTimes, weekly Zooms with Mr. Merrill, Mr. Corrigan, and Mrs. Berman, with the inevitable cancellation of our senior prom, senior week, and the postponing of our graduation. As everyone's emotions may have been different, we all experienced the same losses. Now think about the person to your left and right. While your journeys may have been different to get to this point, for the first time ever, all of our paths have now joined at a crossroad that has equally disrupted our past and monumentally changed our future. We all know what COVID took from us, but I stand here to talk about the opportunity it has handed us. The former First Lady, Michelle Obama, said, "You should never view your challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, it is important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages." Thanks to COVID and what we have endured, we look at moments differently. We value the present and live for the now, embracing every moment as we transition into the next chapter of our lives. Whether you are continuing your education or hitting the workforce, we are now prepared more than ever, more than any other class, to enter society and meet this new normal head-on. As newly shaped young adults, we have mastered flexibility and resiliency. These newly discovered skill sets will launch us into the future, preparing us for the challenges to come. COVID has impacted this entire community, but on May 29th, the community put aside their own personal losses to come and support the class of 2020, traded in prom dresses and tuxes for t-shirts and shorts to promenade down Main Street, Melrose. Now that was the longest red carpet in the history of Melrose High. As a class, we have collectively learned one of the most valuable lessons about facing adversity. Thanks to COVID, we now have the most resilient class to graduate from Melrose High. I have seen us speak out for a cause. I have seen us condemn inequities that this global pandemic has illustrated clearly. I have seen us choose positivity and strength in a time that tests our hope the most. And I now see us prepared for a world that does not always grace us with fairness. Throughout these unpredictable times, I challenge each one of you to be the person whose mission it is to put the needs of others first, to be a positive influence in your community, to be a team player at your workplace, and an involved student at your university. This day is all about us as the class of 2020. We started our journeys as individuals, but concluded our high school career as one. We were born in the 9/11 era and graduated in the 2020 pandemic. However, because of who you all are, this crisis was unable to divide us, demise us, and sideline us, because we are the class whose theme represents the philosophy of our conduct. The class of 2020 is described in 6 powerful words, inscripted in our yearbook, now inscripted in our hearts. We are all in this together. Although we will be going our separate ways, this class will always be in this together. Thank you and congratulations to each and every one.
Thank you, Jenna. All right, now here's a portion of the night I know the parents are waiting for. Your patience has paid off. Get the tissues ready because it's finally diploma time. Presenting our diplomas tonight are two teachers who were the backbone of all class events and the senior t-shirt delivery in the middle of a pandemic. Without them, none of our class events would have happened. I've been lucky to work with both of these teachers, as I was in Mr. Kiosian's first class at MHS for freshman year biology, and I've worked with Mr. Malley within the National Honor Society as well. Both of them were also witnesses to my cringy auditions for MC for the pep rally and for graduation. I am glad to have gotten to know both of these as they are outstanding teachers and people. With our diplomas, I would like to welcome to the stage Mr. Kiosian and Mr. Malley.
Amber Julia Chow. Alana Rose Fahey. Marie Virginia Marr. Mary Catherine Mahoney. Ryan Colum McClintock. Jazmyn Monet Riley. Jenna Marie Thorpe. Lena Rosario Torres. William Joseph Hancock. Abdel Jawad Taha Abbas. Nicole Christine Abbott. Anais Emily Abrego. Victoria Noel Ackerman. Emma Louise Ackworth. Jack Davis Adams. Jonathan Muniz Adow. Hunter Matthew Adrian. Ahmed Alamni. Claire Ligia Albuja. Christopher Sean Allen. Maisie Lillian Anderson. Victoria Elizabeth Andrade. Colin Jeremiah Bailey. Adam Barletta. Joseph Gerard Barrasso. Michael David Barrasso. Megan Ruth Boudet. Catherine Elizabeth Benog. Carly Ann Betano. Elizabeth Jane Blatchford. Keelan Emily Boisvert. Theodore Sidney Bookman. Olivia Marie Boomhauer. Brooke Mary Borstel. Charles Richard Borstel. Courtney Kathleen Borstel. Emily Ann Boucher. Emma Rose Bradley. Sophie Julia Brennan. Alexander Samuel Brinchero. Ethan Merrill Brodeur. Victor Aaron Bruch. Shane Patrick Buckley Fennell. Keith Sarchioni Butler. Andrew James Calvert. Daniel Robert Camelio. Diego Alejandro Cardenas. Lauren Marie Carlino. William Cristo Casparello. Samantha Shabbat. Annika Grace Ahmadzadeh Shaharam. Jord Kwan Hao Chan. Caitlin Shi Yi Chen. Eli Gibbs Coleman. Madison Noel Coletti. Michaela Silva Colso. Kelsey Beth Contreras. Molly Catherine Kaur. Alexandra Michaela Cotuno. Matthew Christopher Coviello. Christiana Marie Chichek. Christopher Joseph Cusalito. Lucas Eduardo Alvarenga da Silva. Nora Florence Daly. Wilkinson Andrew David.
Grace Natil Davis. Serena Elaria Debari. Julia Mary Diebel. Camden Taylor Delgado. Miles Edward Del Greco. Thomas Daniel Del Mastro. Charles Everett DeMeo. Sophia Marie Gonzalez Dennis. James Joseph Donovan. Nathaniel Whitman Dowell. Fiona Timony Doyle. Redwan Anis Driff. Catherine Grace Duffy. Kathleen Marie Dugan Potter. Rebecca Reese Dumont. McCall Marlin Dunton. Mackay Marlin Dunton. William Gregory Durant. Alicia Taylor Edgerton. Waleed Awad Al-Sweezy. Jamil Louis Manuel. Isabella Josephine Urici. Bailey Rose Fowler. Danielle Marie Fitton. Jenna Ann Fracasso. Dagny Piao Frankenthaler. Piper Liang Frankenthaler. James Michael Frederick. Serena Grace Fusco. Jesse Parks Gardner. Sabrina Marie Gardner. Sophia Marguerite George. Nada, gracias. Taylor Mackenzie Giles. Jessica Ione Glynn. Cameron Charles Gorman. Sophia Alice Gugelberger. Abigail Page Halloran. Rebecca Sky Hamburg. Joanna Elspeth Hamilton. Oliver Robert Hennon. Heather Lee Hansen. Jane Elizabeth Harrington. Alessa Sophia Hatch. Timothy William Healy. Taylor Camille Heidebrecht. Sean Joseph Herbert. Regan Cadence Hickey. Alvin St. Clair Holder III. Emily Brooke Halloran, excuse me. Michael Paul Holsky. Brendan Daniel Ingalls. Taylor Arnold Jansen. Needley Jensen John Baptiste. Nellie Avery Jordow. Ruth Love Nyawa Kaikai. Jared Taylor Corrales. Abigail Lee Keith. Caitlin Margaret Keegan. Chloe May Keegan. Alexis Sky Kang. Adam John Cleese. Naya Kovacev. Nia, excuse me. Ella Rose Krygowski. Adam Mostafa Lakike. Olivia Ann Lavery. Catherine Megumi Lawrence. Angie Lazar.
Nicholas Anthony Leche. Natalie Estella Lemus. Cole Murty Lepler. Cheyenne Janae Lyles. Terrell Anthony Lyles. Jingwen Lin. Steve Liu. Giovanni Christopher Loiaquino. Anthony Michael Long. Ava Grace Lepresti. Joseph Michael Lucian. Matthew James Lynch. Emma Catherine Lynch Galvin. Sarah Ashley McGuire. Brandon Fitzgerald Maher. James Connor Markham. Cameron Tyler Marks. Andrew Foster Martin. Clara Maeve Martin. Anna Beatrice Massey Souza. Liam Patrick McCall. Shannon Alice McCarty. Tasire Niall McLean. Julianne Avery McHugh. Devin Troy McDade. Bridget Ellen McGonigal. Brandon Joseph McSorley. Javon Trey Meadows. Todd Andrew Minyaka. Stephen Malik Milton. Eviana Grayson Minicello. Olivia June Moan. Gabriel Diego Monzon. William Thomas Moore. Nicholas Costaval Moraes. Ryan Daniel Morris. Matthew Ross Morrissey. Melaine Angeli Mosqueda. Colby Delton Moss. Lydia Catherine Melrose. Olivia Wynn Mullaney. Gabriela Muniz Gonzalez. Emma Conti Monroe. Gabrielle Kelly Nascimento. Alexis Love Neubauer. Sydney Lauren Norris. Tiago Golart Nunez. Christian Noah Nyland. Nicole Milele Zui. Nathan Edward O'Gara. Zachary Aaron Olson. Chelsea Odira Otaluka. Ashley Helen Palmer. Owen Rockwell Parenti. Alessia Pia Paridimonriva. Brian James Pelrine. Stephanie Michelle Perez Baltadano. William Jaden Pesci. Alec John Peterson. Ethan James Pizzini. Benjamin Bin Pfeiffer. Alceli Pimentel Pena. Isaac Pimentel. Gabrielle Paige Progers. Ethan Onan Prosper. Mackenzie Lynn Adele Rancotti. Madison Adele Lynn Rancotti. Emma Catherine Randolph.
Caitlin Nicole Regan. Sarah Maria Reed. Lillian Christine Riley. David Kenneth Reese. Nicholas Leonard Richards. Nyla Brianna Rizzola. Matthew Alexander Roberts. Victor Ramon Rodriguez. Roberto Carlos Rodriguez Paz. Jarrett Botch Rosenblatt. Cam Dawson Rosnoff. Mackenzie Mary Rowe. Ella Grace Ruby. Sayla Corinne Russell. Sagar Sachar. Samantha Nicole Santoro. Nicholas Nayan Santos. Peter Michael Santos. Shriyashi Sapkota. Olivia Scarpa. Elizabeth Rachel Schwarzy. Salvatore Nicholas Sciarretto. David Lee Eversole Sherrick. Nora Elizabeth Sheehan. Amaria Miriam Carol Shepard. Olivia Taylor Sherman. Joseph Robert Shields. Vincent Joseph Simcoe. Kira Rose Smith. Caitlin Elizabeth Smith. Grace Helena Solomon. Owen Thomas Spiro. Emily Mary Starrick. Lydia Jean Steger Wilson. Allison Marie Stozel. Lillian Dorothy Sullivan. Maggie Rose Sullivan. Hamzo Liban Talil. Liam Padrig Talbot. Janice Tang. Maeve Lynch Tarpey. Rahana Greenfield Termilus. Jackson E. Teixeira. Catherine Marie Thimble. Avery Ryan Thompson. Sarah Nicole Thomasuk. Erin Elizabeth Torpy. Catherine Ann Tully. Eleanor Marie Van Etten. Luka Vlajkovic. Evan James Vogan. Thomas Jack Walton. Audrey McDonald Weaver. Camilla Rossi Werner. Allie Rose Westgate. Cameron David White. Robert Jeremy Weeson. Kylie Marie Wilworth. Abigail Tabor Winey. Ethan James Witkowski. Michelle C. Wong. Catherine Julia Wright. Elijah Jordan Yancey. Sani Jamie Yu. Ju Jiang Zhang. Cindy Ming Zhu. Zachary Daniel Zabatis. Samuel Rodstrom Zion.
Thank you, Miss. Is it on? Okay. Thank you, Mr. K and Mr. Malley, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2020. Now I would like to welcome to the stage, oh, sorry. Now I would like to welcome to the stage our mayor, Mayor Paul Broder.
Hello, class of 2020. It's been quite a year for you guys. I am mindful of the fact that you've been waiting for this a long time, and you don't need to hear another speech. And I'm also mindful of the fact of what a cringeworthy event it would probably be to have your dad speak at your graduation. So I'll try to keep it pretty short. But I am here to tell you, on behalf of a grateful community, how proud we are of each and every one of you. Proud of your academic and athletic achievements, proud of your artistic achievements and your activism. Proud that in these most challenging of years, you stood together as a class, supported each other, and inspired us all. Proud that as you start your next chapter, we know you will continue to represent the best of Melrose, no matter where the future takes you. Thank you for the example you have set for us and for the leadership that you have shown to us all. We love you, we respect you, and we look forward to all the great things you are going to accomplish. And with that, class of 2020, stand up, please. Give a quick wave to your moms, your dads, your parents, your teachers as a gesture of thanks. And now, most importantly, your tassels that are on your right, pick them up and move them over to your left, that other side, because you now are belatedly, but officially, graduates of Melrose High School. Congratulations. Don't throw that. Don't do that.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you to the families and most importantly the students for your patience and cooperation in order to make this night happen. In addition, I'd like to say thank you to the very many people who worked tremendously hard in order to make this event possible tonight. Thank you to all of them. In order for us to exit safely, I'm going to ask family and guests for your cooperation as the assistant principals lead the students out. Please feel free to give them a great round of applause as the students exit the field. They're going to be led out by row. The first and last rows are going to start. If the families can please hang in there for a few more minutes as the students set out. Please give them a big round of applause as they make their way out of Fred Green Field. Congratulations.